Famo, what's poppin'? It's your boy Sean Nathan, man. Welcome back to another episode of TBB SHOW. Love somebody, hug somebody. I'm gonna start with that this week, because I think we all should be doing that in the beginning and at the end of life. All right, pleasantries out the way, press the button. Thanks for joining me, rocking with me one more week. We still here, we still pumping these out. Got the stove back on. This Block Athletic, used to rock this back in the day. Shouts to my fam, shouts to Dink. What's good? Hope you're still pushing with this, man. I don't know if you got the logo the same or whatever, but talented individual though, you know what I'm saying? Very talented individual, which leads me to what our discussion is about today, all right? And it's about talents and it's about gifts, all right? And I wanna start by saying this. Don't trust your talent more than you trust God's gift. So before we hit record on these, me and Teron is talking about actually kind of breaking this down, unpacking it a little bit, which is helping me with this discussion. Because I'll tell y'all, I don't plan these joints. I just pray, I get them in real time. All right, I get a download. So the question we kind of had was, is the talent manufactured through like practice? But my response was, well, the talent is the gift. But I started by saying, don't trust the talent more than God's gift. And that's because I believe the talent is a gift. But when you put more praise into the actual talent in which he's given you, and you get away from thank you for the gift of this talent which you've given me, because without you putting it in me, the impartation of it into me, I wouldn't have it in the first place. And you begin to praise what it is that he's made you good at, and you start to trust that can take you further than where he can take you, then yeah, I think that's when everything gets sabotaged. And when you begin to probably hit a decline, maybe not naturally, because as people, we'll always kind of not support each other, but gravitate and at least watch certain things. But the gifting, though, is the talent itself. So don't put yourself on a pedestal like, oh, I do this better than everybody else. Nobody can do this like me. Y'all don't got that's confidence. But is the confidence rooted in the Father? Is it like nobody can do this like I do because God created me to do it the way that I do it, and he allows me to do it the way that I do it? Really, really, really starting to embody and embrace that everything really comes down to language. All right. How do you talk to yourself? How do you accentuate your language to other people? What are you saying? So on this subject of talents and gifts, and I believe they are interchangeable, because I believe the talent is essentially a gift. Even the talent that you didn't have, God gave you the gift to learn it, to acquire it. Prime example, playing an instrument. All right, let's take some of the world's greatest pianists, okay? We would say that the world's greatest pianists right now are talented. I seen this dude on Instagram, black guy, playing like a classical piece that he wrote. And this lady right behind him at this table. Y'all probably saw this clip, and she's watching him, and she's watching his fingers, and she's looking at him, like watching his fingers, looking at him, kind of in amazement, being like, how is this black guy playing this piano with this extraordinary capability, right? How is he this talented? Depends on how you watch this video. It was phenomenal though. My man is highly, I'm gonna say gifted, but the talent though as well. But the talent that he has though came from God, but he did not come out of the womb with that. At some point in his life, he began to have the urgency or the call to want to play. Something sparked inside of him that said, I want to learn how to play the piano. All right. That within itself is a gift, because in God's sovereignty, he knew, like, I'm going to put this thought in his head and I'm going to give him this desire to learn how to do something. And then I'm going to gift him with the dedication that it's going to take that will allow him to get to the level in which I saw him playing. And then with the dedication that I'm going to gift him, I'm going to gift him with the precision as he learns to continue to get better. All right. All of it's a gift. From the conception of the thought to the first time you practice, to the first person that buys a keyboard for you, or the first person that pays for the first piano lesson, that is all a gift that translates into a talent that we can now, as individuals, be able to see and witness in real time. When the person that acquires that talent now believes to think like, I self-made this talent, I given myself this, I can't support that. And I'm not going to say it's going to go downhill, but here's an example I told Ron I was going to use. You've seen The Little Mermaid, or we should have. If you my age, then you probably seen it. I mean, shoot, not even my age. They did a real live version of it. Haley Bailey plays Little Mermaid, right? But in The Little Mermaid, though, Shorty can sing, right? Best voice ever. But at a certain point, her voice gets stripped away. So as great as her voice was, they was doing concerts under the sea. She's singing, they waiting for her to be the headliner. Everybody knows she can blow it out the water. But then at some point, though, she loses her voice. All right. Now, the baseline of the story, I could probably break it down and like really make it spiritual. I'm going to just use that tidbit of it, though, and I'm going to make it natural. Let's say you are like the best singer in this world. All right. And we got a lot of great singers. Tasha Cobb Leonard, you know what I'm saying? I think is a phenomenal singer. But I know she values the gift and she's able to do what she does. Beyonce, great singer. Talent. You know, I don't know her. Maybe she does honor the gift that it comes from God. Sabrina Claudia, you know what I'm saying? Lauryn Hill, like list goes on and on. Been many, many great singers. You know what I'm saying? Whitney Houston, probably top of my list, right? At any given point in time, God can do something to your vocal cords. And then the talent you once had is no longer a talent because you can't do it because it was a gift. So if you're putting more onus on the talent and not on the gift that it actually is, on it being a gift from God, I believe it becomes less effective. That's more accurate. I think it becomes less effective. And if he gives you a platform, you know, for some reason, man, this age we living in, everything is about a platform. I don't think anybody does anything without a platform. I mean, like even me, you know, I'm guilty of it. I can tell you all day I don't do this for a platform because in my heart of hearts, I truly believe it. But in my heart of hearts, I'm also praying to God, being like, I pray that he bless the show. Breathe on the show. And not because I want a platform 50-50, but because I believe you put something in me. I believe that you have gifted me a talent of communication. And I believe you continually gift me with insight and with wisdom and with knowledge that can help people who look just like me, who come from where I come from. And even those who don't, they can maybe understand a demographic of people who they're not used to. And even on a higher level, let's take all of that out of it, demographics, race, neighborhoods. We just talking overall humanity. I believe that everything that I say and the ability to say it how I say it is a gift from God. And it's a talent. Some people don't have the talent of speaking publicly. Shouts to my man Christian, right? I used to do this gig with Christian. That's my youngin'. I miss you, Chris, man. Hopefully you're doing well, wherever you are. I know you be tapping in because you be sending me love, man. So I appreciate that, bro. And I know he was trying to get into doing content, and I watched his stuff. It's like fitness-based stuff. And he was very, very raw. He kept it very sushi with y'all. If you ain't see his post, I might put him with my little joint. Go follow him on TikTok. But he kept it real sushi though. And he was like, what I'm trying to get over is the comfortability of public speaking and speaking into a camera with nobody else being there. He was like, I don't feel comfortable with it. It's not my strong suit. But I guarantee you this though, youngin', you keep doing it. All right. God keeps gifting you the ability to do it. It will turn into a talent. And don't compete against anybody else. And I'm saying this for everybody else now too. The continuation of consistent gifting that God gives you, it needs to have follow through. It needs to have activity so it can manifest itself into a talent. Once it reaches the talent position, continue to give the praise back to the creator who first gifted you the ability to even develop the talent. The talent does not belong to you. It is not meant for you to hoard. It is not meant for you to keep for yourself. It is not only and solely meant for you to get financially wealthy in this world. That is another gift that God gives you by giving you a talent. It's the gift of stability. But the gift of financial stability, I believe in my heart, should be then translated when you have, this is the reason why I think that the Bible says that I will pour you out a blessing so large that you can't receive. All right. I think it's because you're not supposed to keep it all. Like at some point, if you reach a certain place financially, you have enough that you can help a lot of people. That within itself is a gift. All right. So the gift translates itself to a talent. The talent can open up doors to put you in places of financial prosperity. OK, it can put you in places of influence. It can put you in rooms with people that other people don't have access to. So you can go reach back and offer the talent from the gift, go help other people and pull other people up to get them to where you are. And you don't end up being a gatekeeper. So who wants to be, first of all, when it gets to the point where I reach like maybe the height of whatever it is that I'm doing, and we all reach pinnacles. All right. We all reach I think there's a mountaintop for everybody. You can look at anybody in any industry. I'm not about to start naming names and going through stuff, but look at anybody in any industry. There is a height that people reach when it's like you are at your greatest. This is why like MCs and artists are always like, I'm in my prime. That's what they call it. All right. I think when you're at your prime, you're at your peak. That's when the gift that God has given you that translated into a talent, it starts to run rampant. And you're just running up this hill, this mountain effortlessly. All right. No fatigue. You swinging some water, but you got the most endurance ever. Your bars is on fire. Your speaking is on fire. Your voice is lit. Your acting is lit. Your directing is crazy. Your penmanship is all that. Your books are selling off the shelves or off of Amazon, whatever. I believe there's a pinnacle in which everybody gets an opportunity to reach when they use the talent properly that God gifted them. I think when people don't use the gift of the talent properly, it doesn't get to be seen and received in the way that the Lord intended it to be received, because you think the talent is you and it's not. You give yourself all the praise. You give yourself all the accolades. You give yourself like, yeah, I'm about this me. Self-made. I think I said this a while ago, like back in the day when I was coming up, that was the thing. I'm self-made. Nobody always make me. I did this from the muscle. I did it from the mud. Like, no, you didn't. You might believe that, but you didn't. There was a part of this journey where God gifted you an ability to execute something that puts you in a position of hierarchy, for lack of a better word. because you're not above anybody, but you might have reached your prime, might have hit your pinnacle. All right. But for those who don't, I know a wildly amount of talented people, wild. I've had the blessing to get around a lot, and I'm not sure how these are dropped, but on one of these episodes, I do mention how I've been feeling drained lately, because I know a lot of people, so I'm navigating that to where as though I know a lot of people, I don't have a lot of friends though. All right, I don't. I used to think I did, but I don't though. I have a lot of acquaintances. I've had a lot of colleagues because I've worked a lot of different jobs. And because civility is a skill set, and I live my life with that language and off that principle, I'm civil with everybody. I'm friendly. The fruits of the spirit require me to have a heart of kindness, a position of kindness. But the amount of people that I know that are talented is extreme. And that's because God has blessed me to be in so many places throughout the course of my life and meet so many people. But there is a high percentage of wildly talented people that I know that are not successful. And I truly believe it's because as I'm processing this in real time and I got people's names and faces popping in my head right now, it's because the talent that they have, that they received as a gift, they're not using it to advance the kingdom. They're trying to use it because God didn't strip them by the talent. They still have it. And at any given moment, when I run into them, they're still able to do everything they can do. But they've never hit a level where it was acknowledged to the degree in which they probably wanted it to be. And my only rationale for that is that as I'm getting these visuals, I'm like, they've never used it to advance the kingdom. And even the ones that I know that are wildly talented and we can have spiritual conversations is usually always in private. And it's because they know who I am and they can talk to me a certain way. They can trust me with this conversation. They feel like this is my spiritual friend, like my man, he be locked in. But when they get out into the world, though, nobody knows it. It's hidden. Your faith is hidden. Your belief system is hidden. Your value system is hidden. You're a chameleon, but not in a good way, though. All right. You switch for everybody. Everybody knows you differently because there's no foundation of who you are. So because you have this high level of talent, a lot of people who I know don't use it by pretty much giving God the glory for it and being like, this is a gift from you. How should I use this? We should reassess. If you're a talented, creative person out there, I think you should reassess on how you can begin to use your talent to give God the glory. All right. Because I believe once you start doing that, he'll start breathing on what you're doing. And then you'll start moving into the pinnacles and the peak areas and the prime areas of your life where you're able to take the talent that you have and then be able to help people. Like my man, Trey. Trey is in an amazing place right now, spiritually. And you can tell, you can see it on him. You can see the blessings that God is providing him with. And I know his story. I know the studios he's worked for. I know who else he's worked for, who we not gonna mention. Like, I'm saying, this is my guy. Where he is now, he's talented, but Trey's got a heart of where his talent, he don't take any acknowledgement or any credit for it. He don't run from it. He knows he's talented, but he also knows God gave him that. That was a gift. So shouts to you, Trey. I love you, bro. You'll definitely be on here soon. When I come to LA, we getting it in. But besides all that, don't for a second think that your talent will ever outweigh God's gift. Don't value your talent more than God's gift, because your talent is God's gift to you. And use the gift that God gave you in the form of this talent the right way. And this is why I sit down here and do these week after week. And this is why I go and get into these houses, even when it's controversy, which I might share that story. It was a little controversy, y'all, with these last two houses. Like it was the first one we started doing it, which I don't understand, because our whole platform, our whole mission behind this is to try to be better. I had a talk with somebody, and maybe y'all will get a chance to talk to him with me, and y'all get to see a conversation that we have. And it was funny too, because I had mentioned the show to him, and I don't think he was repeating it because he knew the name of the show. He was just naturally saying in our conversation organically, like, well, I mean, we just all trying to be better. And I heard it, and I smiled on the inside, and I kind of whatever. And then we kept talking. He said it like 3 or 4 more times. And I was like, see, this is my confirmation that 1, I'm gonna get you on the show. And that 2, what we're doing is literally part of my assignment, because we are all in this world just trying to be better. But don't for a second think that because you're good at something, it's all you. It is not. So if you're in that place, man, I've been in that place before, and I'm like, what? Can't nobody rap like me? Go listen to the old mixtapes, old Shy Returns joints, like, and old songs. Like I was on one. I was like, can't nobody rap like me? I wasn't really putting God first. I just thought I was this young kid who could sing because I went to church, and I was gonna be the first male Lauryn Hill. This is way before Drake, y'all. Trust me, I got receipts. I was doing what he was doing way before him. He wasn't an influence for me. Lauryn Hill was my influence. There was not a guy in the game who could rap and sing and really sing to the ability of Lauryn Hill. So when I first started doing music, I told all my homies, I will be the first male Lauryn Hill. I'm going to give you these crazy bars, and I'm going to sing too. I'm going to sing all the hooks. I'm going to sing ballads. I'm going to actually yeah. But the talent, because I wasn't glorifying God with the gift in which he gave me, a lot of y'all have no idea. And some of y'all might watch this like, oh, you capping, bro. You wasn't trying to see you was Drake before Drake. I was, trust me. Ask anybody who know me back in the day. I was like 16, 17, bro. He wasn't even out yet. No, not even on nobody's radar. Probably haven't even done the show Degrassi like yet. Like, I was literally in that lane before my man. Literally. Which I'm going to talk about that too at some point, because I really low-key be the originator of a lot of stuff, but because there's no platform behind it, nobody knows. All right. But again, though, that's neither here nor there. I don't care about that, because my talent now, which I had to evolve into, anything that I know I do well, I now do it for the glory of God. Which is why when I sit here, you'll hear me say, I'm praying, I'm fasting. You'll hear me talk about God. You'll hear me drop scriptures, because this is what I do every day, literally. I praise God for the download. I praise God to be able to speak this fluidly, this consistently, without having a script, and know for a fact that it is not me. That is nothing but his grace, his power, his gift that operates through me for it to translate and get through this camera and show up on the screen, on your phone, on your TV, wherever you're watching it, wherever you hear it, and know that that came from God, point blank. How about you? How do you operate in your talents? All right. So like we started, don't put your talents before God's gifts. You know what I'm saying? And the easier way to navigate that is to understand that any talent that you have is a gift from God. Point blank. With that, that's all we got this week, man. Listen, love somebody, hug somebody. I'm getting really, really close to checking out this J. Cole concert. I'm looking forward to that. My man's on tour, and it's gonna be lit. And yeah, I'm taking my boy with me. So you can be spiritual and go to a concert. I'm not going to hell because I'm going to go see a J. Cole concert. Some of y'all just way too legalistic when it comes to like that kind of stuff. That way off topic for the end of this conversation. But anyway, we might get to that later. Love somebody, hug somebody, man. Until next time, we out of here. Peace.